Pez fans, thanks for tuning in. I am talking today with renowned cycling coach Hunter Allen of the Peaks Coaching Group about a very cool new training program that he has launched very recently. It is called Race Video Analysis, and essentially this is where you send Hunter a race file or a video file of your racing, and he will analyze it for you, helping you become a better rider, a faster rider, and better than you've ever been. But Hunter, you've got to tell us about this in your own words. Thanks for joining us.
I'm glad to be here, Richard. Thanks so much. Well, this is a great service that we've added in, and it allows us to coach a rider from their perspective in the race. They send us their race file, they send us their power file, we marry the two things together. Then what we do is we look at that, we take notes on it, we actually make a quick little video of our analysis, send that back to the rider, and then they've got a really objective way to look at it and say, oh wow, I should have gone with that move, or I should be riding on this side of the road, or I need to take that line better or something. So it's a really simple way to learn about how to improve.
Awesome. Okay, this sounds great. How does that work? It's a cool idea.
Thanks. Well, wow, we get more and more riders, on social media putting up their race videos for everybody to watch. And then it's like, well, wow, why can't we just actually make this a coaching tool and bring in their power data, overlay it, because there's some great software that's not too complicated to overlay their power data right in. And so all of a sudden we have, all of the remote coaching that we do now, from building training plans and analyzing their power data. Then you've got really cool, we can add in this race analysis afterwards.
Like watching the video, you can get a very good sense of what's happened tactically. If the guy's already on the rivet, how do you address that?
I had a great one that we got and an athlete did, and he was just, he always missed the move. He was always riding in the front. He was right there where he needed to be. He was good at surfing the wave. But then, an attack would go, and he just wasn't recognizing the opportunity. I was able to pinpoint, hey, look, here's this guy. So all of a sudden, this guy goes, and then this guy goes, and then it takes a while for them to come back. And now, right then, at 21 minutes and 13 seconds, you should have attacked. That was the perfect thing right there.
Right. A lot more riders are using sort of onboard camera. How have you seen that aspect of filming our racing or using that as a training tool grow?
These things have gotten smaller, they've gotten lighter, they've gotten easier to use. They've got great mounts on the bicycles now. You can put them on the front and rear of your bike. So I think that just the technology in the past 2 or 3 years has allowed us to start doing this kind of thing. We couldn't have done this 10 years ago, mounting a big camera on your handlebar or whatever. It just wouldn't have worked. We got Shimano coming out. Shimano, their little camera, the thing sits on the handlebar. You've got Garmin, you've got all these different companies with these cameras on there. And so it's going to continue to just be a normal thing. You're just gonna buy your normal bike computer. It's gonna have a camera built in, just like your phone.
If a rider wants to take advantage of this program that you have set up, is there an optimal camera power setup that you recommend, or some parameters that you suggest?
Yeah, well, we need a .fit file. So from Power Meter, we need the .fit file, which is a common file. If you've got a Garmin or Wahoo Element or whatever, whichever Power Meter head unit you have, we just need the .fit file. And then the camera file, it doesn't really matter too much. We just need to have enough, as long as we can identify, okay, here's a specific point in the race to start, because we have to marry that up. So
yeah,
it's that, oh gosh, if they send me exactly just the criterion, there's no here's me riding onto the course, then it's a little harder because you just get a bunch of laps kind of thing. So we just need a little bit of extra footage, and that's really it.
Okay, so basically some point where you can actually sync the two files and understand where everything's happening. How does a rider sign up for the program? What does the program cost?
Sure, absolutely. On PezCyclingNews.com, we've got a page there that's race video analysis. Just go under that. It's I think it's under the More button, and right at the top. and then it describes exactly what to do. For $99, we've got a great, you can submit a video, and what we'll do is we'll sync that together. We've got easy to understand instructions how to get that information to us. And then what we'll do is then we match that up with a coach. We've got 50 coaches here at Peaks Coaching Group. I've got coaches all around the world. And so it's very likely that the race that an athlete has done, or even a Grand Fondo or an event or whatever, we've got somebody who's done that event and may know that the riders in the event as well. So then what we do is we make sure we can get that to the right coach. They look at the video, they take notes on the video, then they make a video of that. Here's your analysis. $99. It's pretty inexpensive. It's a great little resource because and it takes us some time. Syncing this stuff together isn't. I say it's simple. It's not that simple. So it takes us a little time there, and then of course you got the expertise from the coach as well.
So how has the program been received so far?
It's been fun because we've got a variety of different things like road races. We've even got a hill climb. We got a guy who asked us about, he had a very technical time trial with lots of turns and places. We did a downhill mountain biker. It was like a perfect scenario, right? I mean, he was like, man, here's the video of me going downhill. Let your downhill mountain bike coach look at it. Was I taking the right lines? Was I picking the right lines? And then we were able to say, okay, boom, here's exactly the lines that you took. Here's what you did. And we could, on this part, I want you to go a little bit to the side. It was on a Friday. He was practicing. We got it back to him on, Saturday morning before his event. So he was able to change his lines and and rode even faster in the event. It was really cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. All right, excellent.